Now, blockchain technology has extraordinary potential to give access to financial and non financial services, provide digital identity, and ensure ownership of its data to vulnerable populations excluded from the formal system. In addition to ensuring greater transparency and inalterability in the transaction log, blockchain has the extraordinary potential for market transformation and social impact for a more efficient provision of goods and services. Up next, we have an announcement by LACChain on blockchain and its power to impact on inclusion. Let's welcome Alejandro.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Alejandro Pardo Vegetzi, and I am indeed a principal specialist at the IDB Lab, the Laboratory of Innovation of the IDB Group, and the leader of LACChain, the Global Alliance for the Development of the Blockchain Ecosystem in Latin America and the Caribbean. Welcome to the IDB Lab offices in Washington, D.C. Let me start by thanking the organizers of the Singapore FinTech Festival 2021 for the opportunity of making this news and announcement. I hope you will find it very useful. But let me start by talking about the entity that I'm representing, the IDB Group. The IDB Group is composed by three organizations. The IDB, which supports governments throughout Latin America and the Caribbean. Second, IDB Invest, which works for the private sector in the region, and IDB Lab, the organization I have the privilege to work with, which promotes transformational innovation with impact on inclusion. The architecture of the group, as you can see, represents a strong bet by the group for innovation, and most particularly for the digitalization of the Latin American and the Caribbean economies as a fundamental part of IDB Group 2025 vision. I'm here to present the Global Alliance for the Development of the Blockchain Ecosystem in Latin America and the Caribbean, LACChain, and to announce that the LACChain network is up and running and available for all of you. The big announcement I want to make today is that LACChain has created and makes available to all of you a fully governed DLT underlying infrastructure as a public good that enable enterprise and government use of blockchain globally. Before, blockchain was only for crypto. We have made it available for the real world. Before, blockchain was unregulated. We have made it fully compliant with Regulation 2021. Enterprise and government blockchains were stuck at best efforts, arrangements, and legal frameworks. We are launching a fully governed DLT network, fully compliant with current regulations. But that's not all we are offering. As you can see in the graph, on top of that, we make available a tech stack for digital identity based on blockchain, very useful for eKYC, very useful for the identification of citizens of any kind, and a tech stack for storage and transfer of tokenized fiat money. It's all available as a public good globally. And how the market has reacted to this offering. We're just grasping the surface of what we can achieve with the LACChain network. But these are the results so far. We're already working in 15 countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. There are more than 50 projects using the network. We have more than 100 running nodes as part of the network. It's very decentralized. And the most important thing is that there are more than 620 entities in our CRM having expressed interest in using LACChain. And that's the reason we're growing. That's the reason we're creating actually a spin-off to make this available in production for all of you globally. LACChain networks have been recognized globally by the industry. The International Telecommunication Union, the standard setting specialized agency of the United Nations in telecommunications, has listed LACChain as one of the only 14 DLT architectures of reference globally. As you can see, we're in very good company with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quorum, Fabric, and LACChain. Furthermore, ISO has referenced LACChain techno-legal framework for digital identity using blockchain as one of the main references, and also in terms of the governance and interoperability group, talking about the underlying orchestration entity that's making all of this possible. We have developed many interesting partnerships with many entities among our peers. We have become very popular among them. One of them is BNDES, which is the most important development bank in the region. And with BNDES, we have created a sidechain which enables the use for governments in Brazil. We're also deploying solutions promoted by the World Bank. We're also working in an interoperability working groups and collaboration with the European blockchain service infrastructure. We're working in the standard setting functions of OECD, the European Investment Bank, the Asian Development Bank, and the African Development Bank, among others. So that's the recognition globally. Let me say that making available the infrastructure have prompted already a surge in the use of the technology for social good, for inclusion. As of today, in little more than a year since we have made available the LACChain infrastructure, we're already making cross-border payments in fiat money with blockchain, with a potential for making substantially more efficient remittance payment systems. We're issuing listed bonds for funding development projects fully compliant with 22.1 regulations in Colombia and in Spain. We're providing digital money and e-money for vulnerable populations in Argentina. We're digitizing conditional cash transfers in Panama using smart contracts and digital wallets. We're issuing land registry titles in Peru and in Argentina. After the COVID, only 5 weeks after the declaration of the pandemic, the LACChain team was already issuing digital wallets to generate verifiable credentials to resolve health conditions throughout the initiative called David-19. On this basis, we're currently developing a transparency platform for the management of the COVID-19. And we are providing COVID-19 certificates to support the Peru health systems, to give an example. We are also issuing portable digital diplomas for university students in the Caribbean with an incredible potential to scale up throughout the Latin American and the Caribbean region. We're certifying traceability for sugar, coffee, and alpaca value chains. We're using blockchain to allow secure interchange of sensitive export data on customs belonging to the Pacific Alliance. We're using blockchain in the process of valuing environmental services to support reporting against national commitments and result-based investment mechanisms in Chile, for example. We're providing microlendings to poor and vulnerable populations in Argentina that allow to reduce administrative processes, fees, and generates a credit history for the individuals. We're providing transparency to public procurement processes by notarizing through blockchain procurement openings of envelopes in Peru, in Honduras, in Guatemala. Notarization solutions are close to be a commodity in the blockchain industry using LACChain. But what's especially important about all of this, and I'm pleased to present the impact dashboard, an information system that provides information in real time based on transactional data in the blockchain about the number of end users accessing services through applications deployed on the networks. And as of today, the number of people benefited by LACChain is 1,621,406. And this is really what makes us move. Let me finish with a proposal. You are all invited to join us and use the LACChain networks. If you have a blockchain solution and you're wondering what to deploy to make it scalable, to make it compliant with current regulation, please contact us. This is the solution for you. LACChain Network will also serve for supporting initiatives led by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, by the way, like the APIX platform. Let's keep the conversation going. Thanks again for the invite, and see you all very soon.